Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Popeye from Down the Rabbit Hole with Popeye and Rabbit Hole Radio. I wanted to do a quick video, show you where I have been, or at least let you know where I am at now. So I did take some time off, and I've had people say, "Hey, Popeye, where are you at?" I see questions on old videos I've posted and archives and stuff of the broadcast on YouTube from time to time and elsewhere, or I'll get emails or messages. Well, first and foremost, I'm gone off of Instagram and Facebook, which is where a lot of people would be able to reach out and message me because I was banned from both platforms. I was banned well before last year's election. I was banned in like the middle of October last year. I posted a few things about my late wife in remembrance of her because she passed away in October. So every October 18th, I post a memorial post for Marseille. And it was within a few days of posting about her, I posted one other thing. It's a picture of a V for Vendetta mask, the Guy Fawkes mask. And it was basically they're getting everyone to fight amongst each other and against one another while they're continuing on with their agenda was the gist of the post. And that got my accounts deleted. And I know plenty of other people got their accounts deleted as well shortly thereafter. And this was all before the election. I'm not even talking about after the election. Yes, after the election, a lot of people got deleted. This actually happened before the election last year. So that's why you have not seen me on Facebook or Instagram. A lot of people have asked, Popeye, where did you go? Well, I got taken out, and I can't even try to make a new Facebook account. I've actually tried even using VPNs, and for whatever reason, won't let me. So there's no point. There's no point. I'm not going to spend, a whole year trying to get back followers to only be blocked. And anyway, a lot of stuff was being censored even when I was still on Facebook. And in the year since I've been gone, it's gotten worse. So what's the point? There is no point. It's just going to get blocked and deleted again. So Instagram too. I still have my Twitter, which is weird, but okay, knock on wood, right? Knock on some wood. There you go, knock on some wood. So for right now, all my archives, the audio, can be found here at RabbitHole.radio. Just type in RabbitHole.radio. And yes, it is .radio. It's a .radio domain. So RabbitHole.radio. And it'll bring you to this page, which has all my archives going back to 2011. And it's got shows I did in 2017 and then 2016, 2015, going all the way down. There is a lot of stuff that's not up there yet. It has to be updated with some newer stuff, especially the newer shows that I'm doing. And yes, I am back on radio. I'll get into that in a minute. But in due time, I live not where I used to live. I used to live more in suburbia in Florida. You all know I've lived all over Florida as I've been doing radio over the years. I used to live in Miami, and I lived in Central Florida for a long time. And now I'm up in the woods, up in North Florida. And I have a piece of property with acreage. And I'm actually living the life that I've told people, hey, go out in the woods, or go out in the country, get some land, try to be more self-sufficient, maybe get chickens. So I'm actually not just talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk. And my internet out in the country, as many rural folk know, is horrible. So recently I've upgraded. I've been able to get a better cellular connection. So my speed should be a little bit more improved. I had, and actually it's not even, it's advertised as 4 megabytes per second download. But you're lucky if you get maybe 2. My upload speeds are about 0.8, which is absolutely horrible for uploading a 2-hour radio show to any platform. So, but I'm working on it. So we're working behind the scenes now, so I can, update RabbitHole.radio. But all the older stuff, I mean, you can see it's a massive archive. all of the older shows. This is all shows I've done. So you can see all of this stuff here. And download, you can either click on it and it'll open it up in your browser window, or you can right click on it and save it and download the audio. Take the audio, it's free. Might as well listen to it. There's a ton of great shows here. And then I want to show you where else you can see my videos and stuff right now. So I just opened up a Rumble account. I literally just did this like at 1 o'clock in the morning this morning. So you can see Rabbit Hole Radio. That is the new name of the show, Rabbit Hole Radio. And whenever you see this, Rabbit Hole Radio, or I'll show you the other icon. It's a diamond-shaped icon, which you will see. If you see either anything that says Rabbit Hole Radio, it's me. So here's the old YouTube channel, which is still there, GETTR Radio Archives. I just uploaded this quick video I made and this older video from Peter Dale Scott, this talk that he did back in 2013. I just uploaded them as a test, and then you could see the last time I uploaded anything was like 10 months ago, because the stuff gets suppressed drastically. And then whenever the older shows that I have up are some of the stuff you could see, like before it was getting super censored. You could see this is when, like, this show I did with Chris Everard about the royal family and about all the pedophilia and the disgusting nature of some of the people in the royal family. This was done a couple years ago, 6 years ago, and since then, what's come out? What's come out? Didn't Prince Andrew? Didn't it come out that he was buddies with Epstein? Ah, yeah. We talked about that in this show 6 years ago. You could see like 41,000 views. It should even have more than that, but you know how YouTube is. But that's the kind of views I used to get even while we were fighting censorship. And now I'm lucky if you can see if I get 1,000 views. Or, this thing's been up at 128 views. If this video went out to, and I think it's actually upwards of like 250 something. If I updated this, if I refreshed it, it might show it when you click on it. Sometimes the view count's off, but even 250 views. I have over 12,000 subscribers on this channel alone, which I used to have upwards of like 15, but I've noticed a whole bunch of subscribers just seem to have disappeared. Of course, that's from them shutting channels down, and getting rid of people and saying, oh, they were fake accounts. They were ghost accounts. Sure they were. Anyway, so you can see like 76,000 views. And this was just on stuff, on documentaries or shows I did. A show I did with St. John Hunt about his father, E. Howard Hunt, like 47,000. Now I'm lucky if it gets 128 views. So that's why I don't bother using YouTube anymore. That, and because all my stuff gets immediately copyrighted. No matter what I put up. I put up a video about Martin Luther King Jr., and I used parts from different speeches of him speaking about the power of nonviolence. And the first 3 days it was up, they had it flagged for copyright, so you couldn't see it. And then after I fought it, they took the copyright restriction off of it and then allowed people to see it. But then they age restricted the video. And they said people under 18 can't see the video because there's graphic stuff in there. It was Martin Luther King Jr. talking about the power of non-violent behavior. And I was using it to show, obviously, and this was a few years ago, how the behavior of Antifa at the time was going to be used to continue chaos, and that the opposite side of that coin, the Proud Boys or whatever, the Patriot Prayer or whoever that would go out to protest against them, they were being played against each other. That was the whole context of the video. It was explaining and exposing what was actually going on, and they blocked it. And then once after 3 days of me fighting it, they acquiesced and then let it be shown, but with an age restriction. So that already kicks it off the list of the algorithm promoting it as, hey, check this video out. It automatically is not promoted now. It's age restricted. Ooh, bad stuff. And in the first 3 days of a video's life, when you upload it, is when it's going to get the most traffic and shared, it can get posted elsewhere and then become viral eventually, and even sometimes afterwards. But when you first upload a video to YouTube, the first 72 hours are the most important, especially the way their algorithm works. They understand that, and if they block you from being part of that, then it doesn't matter what kind of promotion you get. And that video's only got now, if I scroll down and I look at it, that video's only got like 1,000 views or something like that, or 1,500 views. So this is why I stopped using YouTube. I keep getting blocked and screwed with. And my show gets everything, anytime I put up anything for my show, my intro automatically gets flagged, which is ridiculous. And anything I play, half the stuff gets flagged. So then YouTube wants me to mute the videos or to remove, they have a section for content creators where you can remove just that offending piece of audio. The problem is that when it does that, the side effect is sometimes it can mute the whole video or screw with the audio. And YouTube was supposed to actually just remove the intro from the videos, the intro music, because I kept getting copyright strikes. And instead they went and they actually muted like half of my shows. So it's not just the intro music that's gone. It's actually the entire audio of the broadcast. So the video plays, but no audio comes up because it's muted. And then people are saying to me, "Hey, Popeye, why did you mute your shows? Why did you take the audio down?" Well, I didn't obviously take the audio down. That was YouTube, and I fought them on that. They just did that. They weren't supposed to do that. And then when the videos that I did give them permission, you have to go in and do it to each one. And you say, okay, you can remove this little section of 30 seconds of audio. It doesn't matter. They muted those too. They didn't even, so the ones I was willing to let them do it to, they muted the whole thing. And then they just went in any of the other ones that they felt they had a copyright strike against, or they had a hold on, or whatever, a restriction, they just muted them. So a good 50% of my videos on YouTube are muted. That's kind of frustrating for a content creator, especially somebody that's been doing this for as long as I have. That's really, really frustrating. I've been uploading videos for 10 years to this channel. That's super frustrating. Super frustrating. Plus all the other channels I have. So once in a while I'll put something up, but mainstream wise, I don't really mess with YouTube much anymore. So to all you YouTubers, this video you will be seeing on YouTube, but to everyone that's asked me on YouTube, "Hey, where have you gone?" This is why I'm not here, because I'm tired of getting screwed with. It takes a lot, because like I said, I live out in the country now. So it takes a lot for me to be able to upload a video and put it, I put it together, rendering and all that is still a bunch of work, but then it's not as easy as just setting it to upload and walk away in 15 minutes it's uploaded, because I have super high speed internet. So it takes a lot longer. It takes about 2 hours, 3 hours, even with the higher cellular speeds that I've been able to acquire. It still takes a couple hours to upload a broadcast. And that's only that's if I was uploading it to YouTube, to like Bitchute and stuff like that. It takes longer, right? It takes a little while. So if I'm going to put that kind of effort in and I'm going to do all that, I'm not getting paid. I've never been monetized, never monetized any of my content. I don't have sponsors. I just don't do that. I've always done this for free. So if I'm going to put all that energy and effort and time into this, and then it's going to get 10 views before it gets restricted and nobody can see it. I've uploaded stuff and it started getting hundreds of views, and boom, they just blocked it. So YouTube has become almost impossible to work with as a content creator. So it just doesn't work like that. So here's my Bitchute channel. Since I mentioned Bitchute, you can see again over here, RabbitHoleRadio. There's the red matrix code, and it says RabbitHoleRadio. That's how you know it's me. And as you can see, I've got a couple new broadcasts up. I have probably about 20 or 25 episodes that I've done. And I'll tell you where you can go listen to the radio show. But you can get the archives, for one, over here at, you can see my chickens, over here at Bitchute. So first and foremost, go over to Bitchute, look up Rabbit Hole Radio, and subscribe to me. This is where I've been putting here and on LBRY, because I imported my whole YouTube channel over to LBRY, and I'm going to show that too in a second. So this is where I've been uploading. Currently, I'm uploading episode number 6. Here's 5. I'm uploading episode number 7 right now, and 8 are going to be getting uploaded here. I think I even got episode 9 done. So as I render them and put them together, they will be up here. So you can go to Bitchute, RabbitHoleRadio. That's one spot. I still do have a Twitter, so you can follow me over here at Popeye. And it's amazing because I had way more Twitter followers, and then suddenly that dropped too. This is the other icon. If you see the red and white triangle with the little Morpheus sunglasses in it, that says RabbitHoleRadio, and in those glasses is the radio microphone. That's my other logo. So this is my Twitter page. You can see here's KGRA Digital Broadcasting. This is actually where I have to update this pinned tweet because I am live. So it's been since like the beginning of the year I went live. I've been actually doing radio for a couple months now, but you can check it out right here, KGRA Digital Broadcasting, and you can see I post stuff, I retweet people's stuff. There's good old Elon. You can see some stuff is just, my stuff is shadow banned. Sometimes my stuff isn't. A lot of times my stuff is completely shadow banned. So, but Twitter is still somewhat useful. So I do tweet on here on the daily. I tweet stuff out. Images and stuff do get banned. So anything that talks about the vaccines or the COOF or Sleepy Joe, you end up getting blocked. But if I tweeted about, puppies and kitties, it'd be fine. So follow me over on Twitter at DTRH_Popeye. This is my old Down the Rabbit Hole with Popeye Twitter. I wasn't going to make a new one for Rabbit Hole Radio and have to get all my followers and stuff, so I just changed the banners over, but still me at DTRH_Popeye. Down the Rabbit Hole. So this is my Twitter. Obviously, I showed you RabbitHole.radio. Again, check it out. Love this GIF. I made this specifically from the highest quality version of the movie I could find. That's right. Take that red pill. Take that blue pill and stuff it. Twitter, Rabbit Hole Radio, and then KGRA Digital Broadcasting. This is their main page. They do have, you can listen to the show live for free. Show the network some love. They don't charge me any money to be on the network. They gave me a home for free. They let me broadcast. My radio show is on Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can, like I said, you can listen for free. And I have my archives available. Excuse me. Of course, my allergies have to kick in as I'm in the middle of doing the recording, so my throat starts to dry up. But the network is really great. And they gave me a home. They offered me the radio show. I was retired, and I actually stood in for a friend of mine, who you all know, Kriston Harris, of the Rundown Live. He's on KGRA. And I stood in for him, and after covering a show for him one day, they offered me my own broadcast. So glad to be part of the KGRA family. They're really cool. They've been really good to me. If you want to have access to the archives for everybody that's on the network, my stuff, Kriston's, and everybody else, they have a subscription package. It's not that expensive. I would sign up for it. It's a cool network. Support the network itself. That way you can have access to everybody's archives. Obviously, you've seen where my stuff is, so you can always have access to my stuff. But if you want access to anybody else on KGRA, then obviously you'd need a subscription. I ask you that if you're interested, not forcing you, but if you're interested and you want to get a subscription to KGRA, go check them out and show the network some love. They've been very, very good to me. And they're whenever I need anything, they bend over backwards. And it's not like old school where back in the day at the 3 networks that I worked at, we had to do a lot of the stuff ourselves. There was stuff. One of the networks, there was a lot more that was done and that was automated on the back end, but that brought about its own issues. Whereas here at KGRA, I actually have a producer. So when I go live on Saturday nights, I have a producer in the background that if I want to take phone calls, I can take phone calls, or if I need anything, he handles anything I need on the fly. Bill's a great producer. So show the network some love. They really, really do a lot for their hosts. So there's my plug for KGRA. But this is where you can check them out. And then if you want to listen live, you just click on the on air live, and then it'll play whatever's on air at that time. So 10 p.m. to midnight on Saturday nights, Eastern Standard Time, my show would be on here. So if you go to Saturday, it'll say Rabbit Hole Popeye on here. See, Rabbit Hole Popeye, 10 p.m. to midnight. KGRA Digital Broadcasting, give them a shout, check them out, maybe give them a little love and sign up for a subscription. See, it's $75 a year, and you get everything on here, all their older stuff, anything that's newer, all the old archives from before and classic shows that they've had on. They have a lot of KGRA has a lot of UFO and that kind of like UFO, alien, that kind of like broadcast stuff that you're not going to hear anywhere else. You might hear a lot of crap other places, but there's a lot of cool, interesting hosts here at the network. So if you want to give them a little bit of love, check them out. These are all the broadcasts on here. You can see there's Kriston, Rundown Live. There's just a huge, huge assortment of different hosts on here. So they're pretty cool. I appreciate them. Like I said, they gave me a home, and I appreciate that. They gave me a forum to be able to reach all of you and do radio again, especially even being out here in the boonies. So show KGRA some love. That's them. KGRADB.com is the website, and then you just click on air live. I usually tweet it out over on Twitter. You'll see me when I'm going to go live. I'll tweet out the listen live link over here on Twitter, so you can check it out there. And then, like I showed you before, RabbitHole.radio, journey down the rabbit hole with Popeye. All of the archives are here. I will be getting the newer stuff up. I still have stuff, like I said, when I did the Kev Baker show with Kev Baker. I have the broadcasts I did with them when, even before the COOF was officially here, or before they were officially acknowledging the COOF. So lots of stuff I still have to get up for y'all. If I can get it up now, I can finally get it up on the internet. I couldn't before. Even when I was doing Kev's show, I had no place to upload the stuff to, because if I uploaded it to YouTube, it would have the same problem. It would immediately get blocked. I do have another YouTube channel that I started, which is Rabbit Hole Radio. You can find it on YouTube. Just look up Rabbit Hole Radio. And there's a couple of, I only put up like 4 or 5 videos on that channel, and already they've all been either, one of them got blocked, and I know 2 or 3 of them got age restricted already. It's just ridiculous. It's like you put anything up on YouTube nowadays and it gets age restricted. So that's how they censor things. Again, this is all stuff we warned about for years, but I digress. So, a little long-winded, but I hope this answers everybody's questions as to where I've been and where I am. I'm actually getting the archives up, as I said, of the shows that I've been doing over at KGRA. So here they are. They'll be here. Oh, and the other place I wanted to show you was at LBRY. And here is my LBRY page. Close this out. You can see my entire, it goes back pages, my entire YouTube channel, GETTR Radio Archives, got backed up here. But then I've also been uploading the shows here. So you can see here's episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I'm working on episode 4 Here's 5, 6, 7, 8. So great broadcasts, bringing back some stuff from the past to educate the newer listeners. What's really cool is I have a whole bunch of new listeners over there at KGRA. A lot of them were into UFOs, that kind of stuff, aliens. They didn't look into conspiracy, into the end, the end of that pool, we'll say, the deep end of the conspiracy pool. They might have understood that the government tries to cover up UFOs here or there, but they didn't look into the further, deeper, darker ends of the conspiracy pool. So now that I do the broadcast on Saturday nights, it's cool because I have a whole fresh audience that's never heard about any of this stuff. So it's opening people's eyes. It's not just me speaking to people that already understand all of this or preaching to the choir, so to speak. It's actually me speaking to people that don't know about this and that are genuinely blown away. Even my producer, usually after the show, Bill will be like, wow, I had no idea that that was going on, or I had no idea about that individual or that piece of audio. Y'all who have been following me for a very long time know how I roll. And it's nice that I have a fresh audience to wake up, and it's not just preaching to the choir. So go check out Rabbit Hole Radio, Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time over on KGRA Radio, KGRA DB, Digital Broadcasting, so KGRADB.com. Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. That's where I'm at. My library account is Rabbit Hole Radio. It's the same thing. The red icon that says Rabbit Hole Radio right here. See, you can look me up at rabbit-hole-radio and follow me over there. Show me some love. Share the videos. I'm gonna be catching up on the episodes as I render them for you. You could see there's a little bit more. It's 2021, so there's a little bit more energy and effort put into it because the graphics are a little bit better. We can do cooler things than we used to be able to do years ago, so things look a little sharper, a little crisper. There's my logo. There's the website. And then you can see I have kind of like a moving background out the window of the viewport here. And as it rolls along, if there's a video or something I have to play, or there's something that we're discussing and I want people to actually have a visual, or I have a visual, say I play a piece of audio, but there is a piece of video that accompanies it, I can play the video on here. So I like to do that. It's a little more high end. I used to just use, old school back in the day. We used to just put the static image and the audio behind it. So a little bit more 2021, a little bit fancier. I mean, not super, super duper fancy, but it is what it is. Anyway, check it out. Rabbit Hole Radio over on LBRY. Rabbit Hole Radio over on Bitchute. Right here. Rabbit Hole Radio. Go over to Twitter. Follow me at DTRH_Popeye. And then, like I said, rabbithole.radio. I'll be updating this sooner rather than later. And I will be getting my stuff up here to Bitchute and to LBRY. Rumble, I literally just started on. I have one video up here. I'm not even sure what I'm doing with this account yet. I'm just kind of playing and feeling this whole thing out. But right now, where you can find the archives will be over here at Bitchute and over at LBRY. So follow me over there. And once in a while, I still will upload videos to here, to YouTube, but not really often. So make sure you follow me over on Bitchute and over on LBRY. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to you all tuning into the broadcast. I love you all. I believe in all of you. Now go out and be the heroes this world needs. We need them, for sure. This world really does need heroes. And I believe that all of you are those heroes. So go out and be those heroes that I know you all are. Be the change. I'll see y'all soon. Love you all.